Hey soldiers, a lot of people just lost a lot of money, and we need to talk about how you can prevent that from happening to you. FTX, it's a cryptocurrency exchange that just imploded, and it is taking down celebrities. It's taking down other exchanges. It's taking down hedge funds. Traditional banks may have some exposure, and it's really taking down the entire crypto market. Okay, Bitcoin is somewhere around $16,000 right now. Confidence has been really shaken in that asset class because of what it is alleged that Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX, and his cohorts have done. Now, I want to stress, these right now are allegations. There's a lot of, the facts don't look good, but no charges have been filed as of 1:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November the 13th. Now, of course, that may change, but we need to talk about, and we're going to go over what happened here. We're going to cover it in a very succinct way because I want you to understand it, and I'm not going to get too in the weeds with it, but suffice it to say that this whole scheme, when you talk about doing your due diligence, this is what I'm talking about, guys, and this is why I sound like such a broken record when I come on here and I say, listen, guys, I'm just talking about what I'm doing or what I have observed. May not be good for you. You've got to do your own due diligence. And listen to me. I think in 2022, you have a responsibility to figure out how money works and to develop your own objectives around your investments. You've got to do that. You can't outsource that. Even if you do put that responsibility in the hands of a fiduciary, okay, someone who's going to take care of things for you, you still have to understand how it works. Otherwise, you could wind up in a situation where you have an investment in something like FTX. We're going to see how that happens. And you need to be able to communicate with the people that are investing on your behalf, understand what they're investing in. Now, that brings me to this very important point. If you do not understand it, do not invest in it. I have been accused of not understanding crypto. Fine. That's why I don't invest in it. Because from my understanding, when I go to the grocery store, when I go to my mechanic, when I go to Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, crypto is not an option to pay for what I need. When I go to the farm to buy meat, when I go to the butcher to buy meat, they don't accept crypto. Fine. Maybe I'm missing out big time, and that's okay because I don't understand how money is made here. I'm old school. You can say what you want, but I grew up with the understanding that there was something being produced. There was a service that was something you were interacting with. There was a tangible product, services, products that you were getting actual value from. All right. This is what I like to invest in. Now, let me say this. I'm not obligating anyone to do what I do. I actually hope that whatever your investment objective is, be it crypto or maybe you're, firmly ensconced in real estate, I really hope that you make tons of money. Okay, I don't begrudge the crypto crowd at all. I really hope that they are very successful. And that is why I am incensed that someone like this Sam Bankman-Fried guy would take advantage of people. And basically what he has done, in a nutshell, over at FTX, the guy had, imagine if you had $1,000 and then you took that $1,000 and you used it as collateral for a loan for maybe $10,000. And then imagine you took that loan and used it for collateral for another $10,000. And you kept doing that until you had $100,000 in loans and $1,000 in actual assets. That's basically it in a nutshell, but he did this to the tune of billions of dollars. We're looking at a situation where this guy has a debt to income or debt to asset ratio of 10-1. Now, that's not the only thing that he's accused of doing, or that it is alleged that he has done. It's also alleged that he had taken money that people thought, okay, I'm buying this crypto token and I'm putting my money over here with these guys, and so I own this. He was then taking that money and doing all kinds of weird stuff with it. Placed a massive bet on whether or not Donald Trump was going to win the 2024 election. That's not something a financial firm should be doing, right? Placing a bet, okay? He is alleged to have donated these funds to not just the Biden campaign, but also is actively involved in funds flowing to Ukraine. Now, on this channel, you've heard me say for quite some time that my personal philosophy is, if you don't hold it, you don't own it, all right? I just think that things like gold ETFs, gold mutual funds or whatever, I don't hold that. So I don't have the 100% assurance that there is enough gold there to actually back up what this paper instrument is saying they have. I'm very suspicious about that. And understand, guys, it's not paranoia if they're really out to get you. We've seen time and time again these financial shenanigans. You can go all the way back to Tulip Mania, all right, in Holland. I believe it was Holland. You can go all the way back to that, and you can begin to understand that there are certain periods where manias develop, financial manias develop. And I've always believed that crypto was one of those. There is no way that governments of the world, governments with actual militaries and bureaucracies, are going to just sit back and be okay with a cryptocurrency supplanting that government's currency. Okay, I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, back to the understanding piece, because this is where Tom Brady and guys like Steph Curry and many others get into trouble. You can use, these people like Sam Bankman-Fried tend to use a lot of very complex, very, very nebulous language. And you can play that one of two ways. If you don't understand it, you can sit back and you can nod your head, very contemplatively, and you can act like you understand it, okay, to appear intelligent. Or you can say, hey, can you break that down for me in terms maybe that a 10 or 11-year-old person would understand? All right. I think the latter is a better strategy when it comes to actually safeguarding your money. And then if that person is not able to do that, then you should probably thank them for their time and walk away. This whole thing has wiped out at least $2 billion in investor cash. And you got to understand that it was kind of a Hydra type of entity, in that FTX.com handled a lot of internationally based in crypto investing. And FTX US, of course, the name implies, handled US-based investing. There was also a company called Alameda Capital that was connected, kind of a hedge fund / market maker type operation. They've gone bankrupt as well. There's another crypto exchange called Binance. They've got some exposure to this. It's questionable as to whether or not they can survive this. Robinhood, the investing app, they also have exposure as well, because it looks like Sam Bankman-Fried held a lot of Robinhood stock. Now he wants to sell it at a discount. I am anticipating, now it's to you Monday evening, but I am anticipating that the feds are going to come in this week, and they're probably going to seize or freeze rather assets of Sam Bankman-Fried and any FTX associated individuals. Now here's another tip. Don't let popular names sway you or influence your due diligence. Bernie Madoff, He had been like the chair of the NASDAQ at one point before he opened up his own investment firm. So when you're looking at that, you're thinking, wow, this guy's really legit. Now, I will say this. One of the things that is missed in that whole Bernie Madoff scandal is the fact that he totally faked the numbers. All right. So if someone was just looking at what he sent out, then they obviously were hoodwinked. After that, I learned that if I'm receiving information from a broker, I need to also go back and check that against what the company is actually saying as well. And if the two don't match up, then we got a problem. So Tom Brady, his wife or ex-wife, Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady's having a tough year, man. They were investors in this whole thing. San Francisco-based Iconic Capital. Who are they? They are a big hedge fund, and they were managing money for Mark Zuckerberg and for Jack Dorsey. Again, these are huge names, right? People that Tom Brady's doing it. Hey, I like Tom Brady as a quarterback. Great. That doesn't mean Tom Brady is good at anything else. Steph Curry, the basketball player, he's another one. He got hemmed up in this whole thing and is looking at losing a lot of money. And look, here's the thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady's 45 years old. He made his money on football, okay? He didn't do as well as Jordan. Jordan did well in terms of endorsements. But Tom Brady, he's obviously a hell of a quarterback. I mean, hey, look, I don't follow sports. If you do and he's not your guy, oh well. He looks like he's a hell of a quarterback. But the guy needs to buy a personality. I saw a commercial with him in it where he's advertising a mattress, and it's like, whoa. This guy's wooden, okay? But I say that to say that he generated most of his money, at least early on, through football. He doesn't have another 10 years in the league, right? The Ontario Teachers Pension Funds got $95 million wrapped up in this thing. Some heads should roll, and I'm sure they will, if they can't get their money back. This is money that teachers are relying on for their retirement. $95 million is not a small sum. And Canada will probably want to rely on some sort of taxpayer bailout for this fund. High-profile investors are already writing off their entire investments. Sequoia Capital, who had invested over $200 million at valuations between $18 billion and $25 billion, tweeted it was assuming the investment was now worthless. BlackRock, they're another one that were involved in this. So you got all of these big-time names. Never believe that you can't develop your own investment strategy and at least understand what you're investing in. Again, if you don't understand it, if it's too complex, too arcane, if they're using too many big words and can't break it down, walk away. Don't be ashamed to do it. At the end of the day, you won't be like Tom Brady. You won't be like Sequoia, the teachers fund up in Canada, okay? Steph Curry. You won't be like them because you had the temerity, you had the intelligence to say, I'm not playing this game. I'm not going to act like I understand this and I don't. And you'll walk away with your money. Now check out this list as I scroll down of all of the big name investors that were in on this thing. And all these people, whatever they had invested in it, is gone. Not coming back. And I mean, names like 500 Capital, names like Mayfield Private Equity. It's supposed to be smarter than us, right? Yeah, they were too cute by half. Didn't really dig into this company. They saw they had naming rights on stadiums, big time advertisements, YouTube personalities really pumping them up. And a lot of people, at the end of the day, if they're honest, they substituted all of that for their actual due diligence. They couldn't get into the nitty gritty because it's a private company. Okay, so they didn't have a responsibility to publish as much information that a publicly traded company would have to publish. Guys, Do your due diligence, real due diligence. Don't allow yourself to get captivated by personalities and stadium naming rights, all right? If you don't understand it, don't invest in it. And if you feel like somebody's talking over your head and they cannot break it down, then too mystical, walk away. Check out this video, Inflation Desperation. You will not believe what Americans are having to resort to in order to buy food. Inflation is up in the areas that are most important to us, like food and energy. Check out this video so you'll understand it and you can develop some sort of plan for you and your family, not to have to be in a situation where you are absolutely swamped and forced to do the things that some Americans, sadly, are finding themselves in a position to do. I'll talk to you soon.